There are so many different ways to connect with God. And as much as I love temple worship, it is the intimacy of home worship that has brought a sense of peace and stability into my life. Not through doing something grand, but by paying attention to the small things, the little variations, the meanings behind what we do. Om Sitaye Namaha. This Sita Navami, I was ready to celebrate Sita in the ways that she is most often remembered as wife, queen, and feminine grace. But when I returned to the story of her birth, something softer opened within me. Sita does not descend dramatically from the heavens. Tradition tells us that King Janaka was plowing the earth during a sacred rite when he discovered her in the field. She rises quietly from the soil itself. At that moment, that site was being prepared for prayer, and I thought perhaps that too is part of the deeper symbolism. That grace often meets us where sincere work touches the earth. What also struck me was how close Sita Navami stands to Earth Day, which had just passed only a few days earlier. One day asks us to remember the planet beneath our feet, the other celebrates a goddess who emerged from that very ground. The closeness of the two felt meaningful, almost as if one was gently melting into the other. The earth bears footsteps, seasons, and weight, yet it continues to give. Sita too bears exile, suspicion, separation, and hardship. But she doesn't harden, she doesn't become bitter. She too remains steady like the earth itself. I realized that this was the part of the goddess I wanted to honor. And I thought about it. I could have offered flowers. I could have made a tree shaped rangoli or prepared some sort of rustic prasad. But I thought flowers wither, rangoli is swept away, and food is lovingly consumed. Sita remains. And so I decided I wanted to offer something lasting, something that could outlive the day itself. I arranged for 9 trees to be planted. Navami is the ninth lunar day, and 9 trees felt like a beautiful mirror of the Tithi itself. 9 trees on Navami placed into the soil as 9 living prayers, 9 acts of renewal. They were planted through Sankalp Taru Foundation in Bihar at a place close to Sitamarhi where tradition associates Sita's birth. I chose lemon and pomegranate trees. Lemons are fragrant, generous with fruit, and they're used for medicinal purposes. Pomegranates thrive in the heat, and each fruit carries hundreds of seeds, making them a timeless symbol of abundance, fertility, and the continuation of life. Both felt like fitting offerings to the daughter of Earth. What I loved the most was knowing that I could remain connected to these 9 offerings through geotagging, watching their growth over time. This prayer would not end when the diya went out. It would continue quietly through soil, sun, rain, and season. This moment also reminded me of our grandparents. When Delhi, which is where I live, was becoming residential, so many of them planted trees in our lanes and colonies. The hope was to give shade to generations they would never meet. And even today, there is something very unique about the relief that a tree can bring. An air conditioner cools the body, but a tree changes the whole feeling of a place. It softens the light, it cools the air around it, and it offers shelter to everyone. I know that the planet faces an environmental crisis, but I don't want to focus only on all the things we do wrong as human beings. I want to look towards the light. Because I feel only in a stable heart can we find the hope to contribute. When we feel supported from within, we are far more willing to protect what supports us in return. And perhaps that's what this day has left me with. To remember that God's love often comes in silent ways. A fruit ripens for months before it reaches us. A tree grows for years before it offers shade. None of this happens loudly, and so we miss it. But we are supported in far more ways than we realize. And so, this Sita Navami, this is what my final sankalp was, for the removal of limitations and for receiving the grace of Goddess Sita, in gratitude for her endless grace, dignity, and steadiness. Today, on the sacred Navami of the bright fortnight of Vaishakha, I offer the planting of 9 trees in the land of Bihar to Sita. May these trees serve the welfare of the world, the well-being of the earth, and the purification of my own heart. This is my sacred resolve. And if I may wish one thing for you, I hope this episode leaves you feeling as though you are resting beneath a tree, shaded, loved, and held, if only for a few quiet seconds. Join me in the next episode as I keep exploring these small, everyday ritual insights and what we can actually do with them.